friends are supposed to always have your back, but in most of these situations, having a friend nearby would only add to the body count. Either way, these are some scary videos you probably shouldn't watch alone. Number 10. A YouTuber named RJFD gets a phone call from a friend telling him to look at the sky. He goes outside and doesn't really see anything at first. It sounds like thousands of fireworks going off at once, but this is late at night in the middle of winter in small town Michigan, so that doesn't make sense. There were no fireworks planned at all. Then the entire sky changes color.
What is that?
If fireworks is truly not the answer, then the only other explanation I have is some sort of strange weather phenomenon. Let me know if you think you have a logical reason for what's going on here, because I'm really not sure and neither is anyone in the comments section of this video. Number 9. This rocket ride is a famous local attraction at the Luna Park in St. Petersburg, Russia. Here's what the ride looks like normally, and this is what it looks like after a cable frays to the point of snapping clean through. This angle clearly shows how close the riders are to plummeting hundreds of feet below. Look at the top of the ride. That cable to the left is the only thing keeping them alive. The tip of the ride is bending from the pressure and looks ready to come off. Rescue workers are eventually able to get everyone down to safety, though I'm not sure they felt anything but safe while dangling over 200 feet in the air with no end in sight. Number 8. A YouTuber named Wish Avenger and his friends are poking around a dark train tunnel near Lake Odell, Oregon. They are hoping to come across the door to a secret maintenance tunnel to explore, but they have to be quick because these tracks are highly active and on a tight schedule. The group knows they are in trouble when they feel a faint rumbling under their feet.
Do you hear that vibration? Yeah, I do.
After running full speed for nearly a minute, Wish Avenger turns around and sees the bright orange glow of a train gaining on them. They know trying to outrun the train at this point is useless, so they scramble for cover on the sides. Wish Avenger dives to the ground at the last second, and the train blazes by with only inches to spare. He manages to not get run over, but he still isn't safe yet. There's barely any space between him and the train, and he could get taken out by a wider section of the locomotive at any second. The entire time Wish Avenger isn't sure about the fate of his friends. It's too loud to call out for them, so he just has to wait and see. A long time later, the train finally passes by, and Wish Avengers finds his friends. Together, they hurry out of the tunnel before the next one arrives. Number 7. A YouTuber named Jay Breezy works as a security guard at a nursing home in Chicago. No one seemed to believe him when he said that his job was haunted. Then one day another security officer found out for themselves. His co-worker starts to feel a very cold presence in the room, but doesn't think much of it at first. He is busy smoothing over his hair when he appears to see something off camera and stops moving. Pay attention to the bottom right hand corner of the screen or you might miss it.
There you go. See it? And watch him. He got cold. It got cold. He was like...
I was about to write this off as CGI until I saw the security guard's stunned reaction.
He like, what the f? He stopped. He looked like, what the f?
It really does appear as though he sees something first in the doorway and then walking down the hall. Let me know if you agree that this is a paranormal experience or if this was somehow faked. Number 6. A student is walking around the campus California State University in Northridge when she is followed and grabbed by a total stranger. She runs into the Bookstein Hall of Economics and Business and her pursuer follows. Thinking fast, she pulls out her phone and starts attracting as much attention as she can.
Go ahead and tell everybody what the doing? What the are you doing? What love? I don't know you. Out of here!
Not even a crowd of curious onlookers is enough to distract the man from his single interest as he again attempts to grab her. Watch this part and let me know if you would be brave enough to step in on her behalf.
Doing what love? I don't know you. Out of here!
The man's hands go from her hair to her neck, and that's when bystanders step in. The 26-year-old was arrested and charged for his actions. He has not been sentenced as of this video, but he could face up to 13 years. Number 5. This Great Dane is walking through the kitchen when a small object crosses its path. Another orb passes by and immediately gets noticed. You don't have to be an animal lover to tell this dog is clearly surprised and uncertain at what it's seeing. The animal freezes in place and then switches into hunting mode, tracking something invisible all throughout the house. I guess the dog could just be reacting to an insect or something, but that doesn't explain one last part, which occurs approximately 1 minute and 23 seconds into the video. This is the exact moment when the headlights of a passing car illuminate a shadowy figure as it runs from left to right. Many people believe this could be a supernatural presence manifesting itself as a shadow person. This, combined with the dog's behavior, certainly seems to create a strong enough case for the paranormal. Number 4. This CCTV video was taken after hours at a business in Ogden, Utah. All is quiet until a full-speed plate dives out of a cabinet and shatters all over the break room floor. A security guard on patrol walks over and simply stares at the broken plate for over 10 full seconds before grabbing another to verify what just happened. Neither one can think of a proper explanation. They check the shelf and it looks fine. Let me know if you have any explanation for this video besides the paranormal. Unless the whole video is fake and someone off camera pulled a string, then I have no idea how that plate could have fallen. Number 3. 16-year-old Kyle Plush calls the Cincinnati Police Department for help after the backseat of his minivan somehow folds over and pins him alive. He is completely trapped and can't do anything with his hands, so he calls 911 using voice-activated commands. This is what he tells the dispatcher.
I'm in help! Help! Help!
Police are unable to locate him and everyone starts to wonder if this was a fake call. Soon they receive a second call, this time much more urgent. Listen to this part and tell me if there's any way that you could think this could be fake.
Don't have much time left to tell my mom that I love her if I die. This is not a joke. This is not a joke.
The desperation in his voice sounds pretty obvious, but somehow the dispatcher allegedly thought this was not real and did not relay important information to patrol cars that could have helped him. 6 hours later, Kyle Plush was found crushed in the parking lot of his school by his father. Let me know if you think the dispatch operator should be charged or not based on what you've been shown. Number 2. Justin White and his friends sneak into the abandoned LA Zoo, which is supposedly one of the most haunted places in the entire city. It's too dark to see much, but they seem to be followed by strange sounds that are getting progressively closer. By the end of the video, it really does seem as though something is right on them.
Oh my God! Christ! What the hear that? Actually hear that?
I just felt something on my arm, like I'm not even joking. Okay.
We're leaving. Dunzo.
Oh my God, Dunzo.
Twigs snap underfoot just behind them. It couldn't have been one of them because everybody in the group is standing completely still on camera when it happens. Oh, and there's another piece of evidence that makes me think this zoo really might be haunted. They managed to capture a soft voice on camera that they later enhanced for clarity. It sounds like a girl's voice and she seems to have a clear warning. Number 1. A YouTuber who goes by Anne posted this video back in 2014 of her sleepwalking activity at night. Using a webcam, she is able to record herself night after night jolting up while still being completely asleep. People have debated the authenticity of this video in the comments, but Anne swears she still does this every night to this day. I genuinely believe this footage is real, because sleepwalking is a well-documented behavior. Anne says she finds the footage hilarious, but there's something certainly chilling about that blank stare directly into the camera, as she's 100% asleep. All of these YouTubers were chased by people who they found scary at the time. My overall goal is to analyze each one of these chases and figure out how much danger these YouTubers were really in.